Hi, welcome. This is Yoga with Francesca. My name is Francesca. Today's practice is all about the hamstrings, the hip flexors, and we're going to get into half split or the Hanumanasana, or maybe all the way to full split depending on the flexibility of your body. Let's get started on our backs. Bring the soles of the feet together, bring the heels a little bit away from your sit bones, and just let the knees fall out wide. Bring the arms by your side, palms facing towards the ceiling, and just close your eyes. Start to gently shimmy your shoulder blades together, allowing your chest to lift up slightly. And bring your awareness to your breathing. Soften your shoulders. Soften all the muscles of your face. Let the jaw go. And then slowly bring the knees onto your chest. And give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug, keeping the back of the neck down onto the mat. Hug the knees closer to the chest. Release the left leg down onto the mat. Keep the knee bent. And then come into half happy baby. Bend the right knee. Bring the right knee into the right armpit. Heel over to the knee and start to pull that in. And if it feels good, you can straighten the left leg forward, keeping the left leg active with flexing the left toes towards the face. Maybe even place the left palm onto the top of the left hip to keeping that hip nice and stable. And gently switch sides. Right heel comes down to the mat, right knee stays bent. Bend your left knee, bring the left knee close to the left armpit, and the left heel over the left knee. Gently pull that left knee close to the left armpit, and then maybe slowly start to straighten the right leg forward if you did that on the other side, maybe keeping the right palm on the top of the right hip, keeping it in a right alignment, flexing the right toes gently towards the face, opening up through the hips. Bring both knees back to your chest, give yourself another squeeze, another hug, and come into full happy baby. Both knees coming towards the armpit, heels coming stacked over the knees. Toes are flexed back, keeping the tailbone down onto the mat, and then keeping the back of the neck down onto the mat. You can just stay here, or maybe you want to straighten one leg at a time, getting a little bit more into your hamstrings. But just be gentle with the first couple movements. Just watch your body and do every single movement with your breath. And instead of forcing some movements, allow your body to slowly get into it. Bring your knees back to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Release the left heel back down to the earth. Come into figure four. Right ankle comes on top of the left knee. Flex the right toes actively towards the right knee. And then start to pull the left leg close to your chest. Interlace the 10 fingers behind the left leg. And as you keep the lower back down, keep the entire spine down onto the mat, gently start to pull the left leg closer to the body. As you gently start to release the right knee away from your body, feeling that nice opening in your right hip. You can interlace the 10 fingers now on top of the left shin bone if you want to go a little bit deeper. Using the breath, moving slowly. Switch sides. Place the left heel on top of the right knee. Flex the left toes towards the left knee. And then interlace the 10 fingers behind the right leg. Start to gently pull that leg closer to your body as you keep releasing the left knee away from your body. Feeling all vertebrae down onto the mat. Slightly tuck the chin towards your chest. Maybe interlace the 10 fingers now on top of the right shin bone if you did that on the other side to get a little bit deeper into your hip. Release the legs. Bring the knees onto your chest and rock and roll back and forth a little bit so you can come up into a comfortable seat. Now we can use, in this position, I like to use a strap, but if you have a towel that's perfect, or maybe a shirt, something what you can put over your right foot, at the sole of your right foot. Straighten the right leg, keeping the lower back down onto the mat. Left heel is still down, left knee bends. Gently and slowly, with your breath, flexing those right toes back towards the right kneecap, start to gently pull that right leg closer to your body. Use the breath, use the feelings in your body. Don't overstretch it here. Now you can straighten the left leg, flexing the left toes back, keeping the left palm on top of the left hip. Gently pull that right leg closer to your body. I'm going to start to open it up towards the side. So start to think of bringing the right toes up towards the right shoulder direction, but keeping the right leg straight. Bringing it down, opening up the hip. Now this time it's really nice to keep that left palm on top of the left hip, keeping the left hip down. Don't let the hip to open up towards the right side. Keep them straight down. Now bring the right leg back to center. Bring it just a little bit closer to your body and lift up your forehead towards the right knee. Lift it up. Use your core as you lift it up. Try to bring the forehead all the way to your shin bone. Then keep the leg there. Just release the head back down to the earth. See if you can go a little bit deeper this way into your hamstring. But just be gentle. Be aware of what's happening in your body. Release. Going over to the other side. Right heel down. Straighten the left leg. And then bring that short towel strap over your left foot. Flexing the left toes. And start to gently pull that left toe towards your face. Engage slightly your quadricep. Lifting the left kneecap up. And just with the breath, slowly pulling the leg closer to your body. Now straighten the the right leg forward, flexing the right toes towards the face. Keeping the right palm on top of the right hip. Maybe gently pull it a little bit closer. Now let's open the hip. Left toes going towards the left shoulder. Keeping the right palm on top of the right hip bone. Keeping the left leg nice and straight. The quad is engaged. Open up slightly more. Use that breath. With the exhalation, feel a little bit more release in your hamstring. Now bring the left leg back to center. Pull it just a little bit closer with the breath. Now lift up the forehead all the way to your shin bone. Try to bring the forehead and knee to touch. Yeah. Use that core. Now keep the leg exactly where it was and just slowly and gently start to release the back of the head down onto your mat. Feeling a nice and deep hamstring stretch at this point. Release the strap or shirt or whatever you were using and give yourself a little squeeze, little hug and roll up into a seated position. Straighten both legs forward, flexing all 10 toes towards the face. The inner arches and the outer arches equally. Feel both sit bones grounding down into your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead with the straight spine, strong core. And exhale, slowly start to fold forward. Squeeze your outer hips and feel the folding sensation coming from your hips. Hinging over the hips. Keeping the legs straight as much as possible. Keeping the spine straight as much as possible. Grabbing maybe your shin bones or maybe the outside arches of your feet. And now slowly with the next exhalation, round out. And then bring the forehead towards your shin bones, maybe even all the way down so they touch. Slowly come on back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the heels closer to your sit bones, to your hips. Grab onto your feet and let the knees fall out wide. Feel the sit bones grounding down. And then gently start to grow longer from the sit bones all the way towards the crown of the head. Use your belly to keep your spine strong. But instead of hardening everything in the body, use your bandhas, use your core to get longer. But in the same time, with every exhale, find a little bit more of a release sensation in the body. Let the knees fall out wide. With the next exhale, round over. Bring your forehead towards your toes. The entire spine rounding over. Your neck is rounding. Your knees are opening out towards the side. Inhale, come on back up. Step back, downward facing dog. Plant the palms shoulder distance apart. Separate the fingers nice and wide. Ground down through all 10 knuckles. Rotate the triceps down towards the mat. Lift the tailbone up to the sky. Bend your right knee a lot. Straighten the left leg, sending the left heel down. Now switch sides. Bend the left knee a lot. Straighten the right leg. Inhale, roll right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, opening up your hip. Let the right heel fall towards the left side. Bend your right leg. Open up. Maybe straighten the right leg, but keep the hip open. Square the hips. Exhale, step through, find low lunge. Step your right foot in between the fingertips. Come up onto your fingertips. Keep the back leg active. So the left kneecap is lifting away from the mat. The left heel is actively working towards the back of the room. Up on your fingertips, the spine is long from the left heel all the way to the crown of the head. You're creating one strong energy line. Drop the left heel down onto the mat. Maybe slide the left heel a little bit farther back. And then bring the palms to the inside of the right foot, coming into this modified runner's lunge. Keep that lengthening sensation from the left knee all the way to the crown of the head, with that nice opening in your right hip. If you're really flexible, you can come down onto your forearms, but keep feeling that grown longer sensation from the left knee all the way to the crown of the head, keeping the spine long. And the right knee is stacked over the right ankle. If you're down on the forearms, come on back onto your palms and bend your left knee. Capture the top of the left foot with your right fingertips. Reach back. So there's a twist in the upper body, but keep working your right shoulder forward, trying to square the shoulders towards the front of the room. If it's too much, you can grab onto the foot. You can again grab that strap that we were using before, or the towel that you were using before, and use that to start to pull that left heel closer to your left glute. Feel the left top of the left hip coming closer to the ground. Come on into half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex the right toes towards the face, straighten the right leg, and bring the left knee underneath the left hip bone. Focus onto a straight spine. As you squeeze your outer hips, feel how you can grow longer from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, still using that belly sensation, that strengthening the belly. Now you can stay in Ardha Hanumanasana, keep working on that lengthening, keep working on that opening, keep working on breathing length into your right hamstring. Or you can slide the left toes a little bit more back. Focus on what's happening with the hips. If you're going to want to find a full split pose, your hips should stay square. And then slowly slide into this position. If you have a block and you can't get all the way down to the split pose, but you want to try it, you can always place a block underneath your right hamstring, close to the sit bone. Instead of forcing the pose, again, work with your breath, allowing yourself to go a little bit deeper instead of just creating that tension in the body and maybe even hurting yourself. Slowly come on back up, step back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Now with the next inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky for square hips. Reach that left heel up to the sky and now open up the hip, the left hip. Start to bend your left leg and send the left heel over to the right side. Keeping both shoulders grounding down towards the ground. Start to release the left shoulder closer down to the ground. Square your hips. And with the next exhale, step into your low lunge. Bring the left foot in between the palms, up on your fingertips. Work the right heel back. Keep engaging the right leg with lifting the right kneecap away from the mat. Finding that long energy line from the right heel all the way to the crown of the head. Use your breath to get a little bit deeper. Keep plugging the outer left hip back into its socket. Squeeze both outer hips towards each other, finding a nice long line in the body. Now toe heel the left foot to the outside edge of the mat, both palms to the inside of the left foot, and release the right knee down onto the mat. If you have a sensitive knee, you want to slide your right knee maybe a little bit more back so the pressure is more like on the top of the knee. Start to work a little bit deeper into your left hip, but keep plugging the outer left hip back into its socket. Keep working on that nice long spine from the right knee all the way to the crown of the head. Maybe you want to go down onto your forearms. If you did that on the other side, just noticing a slight difference in between the two sides. We want to try to keep the body balanced in yoga. So one side is always a little bit more flexible than the other. So be aware of that. Try to keep both sides equally balanced. Now bend your right leg. And then with the left fingertips, reach back and capture the top of the right foot. So instead of allowing yourself to twisting into this posture, keep working that left shoulder forward and releasing the top of the right hip down towards the mat. That's where you want to open up even more That's what we're going to use in the split pose, in the next pose, a lot. So when we're working with our hamstrings, we're going to make sure that we're working safely with that. So instead of forcing ourselves into a certain shape, you want to release the body and using the exhalation to maybe go a little bit deeper without forcing the body to go deeper. Now find that Ardha Hanumanasana half split pose. Flex the left toes towards the face. Straighten the left leg, right knee under the right hip. Nice straight spine. Start to squeeze the outer hips, making sure that the hips are in one line. The spine's getting longer. Fingertips down onto the mat and work your crown of the head closer. The direction is the left toe. You can stay here in this Ardha Hanumanasana pose, or maybe you can start working on getting into your full split pose. Start to send your left heel more forward and slide your right foot back. Keep the hips squared. Gently start to pull that left hip, that outer left hip back into its socket. And then start to feel that sensation that the inner right leg is lifting up towards the ceiling, rotating towards that direction. Reach back towards the right toes. And with every exhale, allow yourself to go just slightly bit deeper into the pose. Instead of holding your breath, this harder, a little bit more challenging stretching poses, start to focus on your breath even more. Let your breath help you. Slowly get down and step back into your downward facing dog. Let the head be heavy, hips up to the sky. Step forward and sit down onto your mat. Reach the fingertips forward, knees bend, soles of the feet down onto your mat, and slowly roll back down onto your mat. Both knees onto your chest. Now lengthen the left leg forward, flex the left toes towards your face, keep the right knee into your chest. And then slowly start to find your supine twist, assisting the right leg over to the left side, gazing over to the right side. Keep both shoulders nice and heavy. No forcing, just allowing the gravitation to work here. Come back to center, give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug. Switch sides, right leg straight, left knee comes into the armpit. Then assist the left leg over to the right side, gazing over to the left. Keeping those shoulders nice and heavy down onto your mat. Gently allowing your spine to get a little bit deeper into this nice cleansing twist. Come back to center, bring both knees onto your chest. Send the legs forward and find your final Savasana. Separate your legs, your feet at least hip distance apart, maybe even wider. Arms by your side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Just close your eyes. Relax the muscles of your face. Relax the entire body. Just simply start to watch your breath. Make every inhale and every exhale a little bit deeper, a little bit heavier. And just start to watch the breath without controlling it. Get out from your mind, from your thoughts. Just simply become a body, heavy onto your mat, free from all feelings, all thoughts. Just your body and your breath. You can stay here as long as it feels good. Savasana is an amazing posture to heal our bodies, heal our minds. But if you're ready to move out, start to bring some gentle movements back into your body. Maybe draw circles with the fingers, your wrists, your joints. And slowly open your eyes. Thanks for practicing with me. See you soon. Namaste.